The Creepy Parents Behind OF Models by Sydney Watson. It's gonna be interesting. First, we saw the disgusting women. Now we will see their parents. Let's get into it.
Dad, do you think I'm a bop?
Yes, yes you are. If I were a father, yes, you are. Doesn't she also make really weird videos with her grandfather as well? As far as I'm aware. Mother-daughter, oh, right, that's also a thing. I remember, that was also a thing, actually. A mother-daughter OF, that was actually a thing, yeah, you're correct.
How many bars do you have?
Your father's okay with this?
Yeah, he's more than proud. His back of his phone case is like a QR code to my...
I'm sorry.
What? That's not information I needed to know. All of these are weak father figures. All of these are weak fathers, and that's why we have these. Why does she look like Snow White?
Sorry guys, modernity was a mistake. We're gonna have to start over. Hi, my name is Sydney, welcome back to hell. And as per usual, before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by Opus Clip. And just to remind you all once again, in big news this week, I will be going on tour in October, coming to 9 cities across the United States. I will be in Denver and Cincinnati and Seattle, where I'm probably going to get punched in the face by they, them.
Probably. That's actually cool. Seattle, where I'm probably gonna get punched in the face by they, them. Crazy shit.
I would love to see you all. I think this is going to be a ton of fun. I'm actually really excited about it. And like I said in my last video when I announced this, if you have any ideas of what you want to see, absolutely let me know, because I don't want to be a boring person who just stands there and talks for 45 minutes about that nothing. Link in the description box. Get yourself some tickets. I will bully you all until you do. This is now a hostage situation. Anyway, now because I have made a ton of videos talking about OF Women, the platform dedicated to singular fans, for those of you—
Singular fans, mattress actresses, and dudes who have never felt the touch of a woman. Growing up without fathers damaging, but growing up with a weak father is worse. Probably. The statistics don't show that, at least for boys. Without a father, the chances are pretty good you end up as a criminal. His damn parents will be on this one. Probably not. Probably not. She probably doesn't even have a father.
Who don't know, I have had to sit through and watch so many hours of these women talking about what they do, their interviews, their podcasts, and so on. And one of the things that comes up over—
What kind of therapy does she have that she can sit through all of this? Because I could imagine I would just be visibly like upset. I would be very upset. I think there was also a few moments where she was like looking at this and she was like so grossed out at the verge of actually crying. At least her voice started cracking. So yeah, I don't know what she kind of needs to sit through. It's got to be terrible.
And over again, believe it or not, is how their parents and other loved ones respond to their mattress actressing, to their sausage hiding activities, if you will. I am almost certain there is a better euphemism for that.
Sausage hiding? Dude, somebody sticks that in and it's just like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. Down the Marianas Trench. Just straight into the empty void of space.
Cannot think of one, unfortunately. I think the general assumption is that parents don't react terribly well when they realize that their daughters, in particular, are doing the oogly boo on the internet for little green bits of paper. It's probably not what a lot of parents have in mind when they think about their daughters' future careers. You know, you want your kid to be an astronaut, not someone who puts whipped cream on all their toes and then flails them around in the air. I have seen some weird things. Leave me alone. However, for many of the pillow-dwelling ladies that I looked at for this video,
porn is the bane of existence for women. Just like being without a father and trying to feminize male biology is ruining men. Those are the different stuff. Those are the differences. That is what is affecting both.
It's a bit of weird wording, I'm sorry about that. It seems like their parents are overwhelmingly very supportive, and the parents have either admitted to this themselves, or the girls say that of their parents on their behalf, which I personally find both fascinating and upsetting. And of course, this is for a few reasons, the first and the primary one being that the parents' approval.
I'm gonna be honest. If I have a daughter and she starts doing OF, I would disown her straight up. I would straight up. Not gonna lie, I would. I don't care. Would you rather sub to OF or give donations to Melody on her son's job? How about I choose death? I will choose death. I would die. I'd rather die. At the end of the day, a thought is a thought, whether it's on OnlyFans or a V-thought. I don't care. Hey, don't speak ill of the femboys. No, what I mean with that is, we have the masculinized men. Fun fact. The violent men, here's a fun fact. The violent men are biologically more feminine than actually the non-violent. Here's a fun fact. Men with higher estrogen and lower testosterone tend to be more stressed, more aggressive, more emotionally unstable. There's a bunch of other things as well. Fun fact. Violent men tend to be more biologically feminine. It doesn't mean they have to be look the part, but they are biologically more feminine. Here, nice fun fact. And they also are more likely to have depression.
Seems entirely predicated on how much money their child is earning, not because they think this is a good or even safe career path, which is weird. That is weird, right? This leads these women to basically view themselves as cash cows for their families. They view it as their responsibility to lift their parents out of poverty or financial hardship. And their parents, weirdly enough, just seem to go along with it. And the second is that these parents, and honestly other loved ones as well, seem to get ingrained in what these women are doing. They start participating in the content being made. They start participating in the business that these women have, and there's something very not right about this. I don't know. We have fathers wholesale participate.
The best bop daughter and Dilv dat combo. What the actual fuck are we doing? So women are the problem? No. The problem is that men are not really allowed to be men. That's the problem. On a biological level.
In this content, even handing out flyers in some cases to find men for their daughters to do the higgledy-piggledy with. We have young siblings promoting their sisters' OF accounts.
As I've been like leveling up, you know, in my career, like what's the craziest thing?
This is not solo leveling, honey. This is whore leveling. I'm sorry. What the fuck are we doing? You did not level up in your career. Just saying. The business, and it's getting railed by a camera on camera by 300 dudes. What the fuck? Are they rich? Look at the backyard. Of course, there is plenty of dudes who pay for that. That's the funny stuff. That there's so many dudes paying for that. We have a German chick who like made a video recently of her getting, what's the word? She got like 50,000. No, actually wrong. I think she got like up to 500,000, $500,000 from a singular dude. From one dude alone. It is diabolical. It is crazy. It is just wild.
What's happened to you so far?
So there's this one kid, I'm not gonna mention names, he is obsessed with you. Every time I'm on the bus, he takes his phone and he goes, "Oh look, it's your sister." You know, and he goes like this. "Oh, look at this." Yeah.
Imagine being her brother and being constantly sent corn of your own sister, no matter the social media website, IRL, you are just not safe. You go to work and somebody just shows you a picture of your sister. And I'm gonna be honest, as somebody, it like sucks, but because, you know, I don't like guilt by association. But at the same time, if I had a company and I had to keep up my reputation, I would not hire somebody whose family members do OF. I'm gonna be honest. But at this point, I don't think Homie needs to work even. I think Homie will just chill, start streaming, and that's it. And then be made fun of on stream. Damn, I should work as a whore. You're a man. Male OnlyFans doesn't work that well. You're cooked.
Are you okay?
Absolutely.
Do you care?
And they ask me, is it pink? I just tell them, pay for it and find out.
To even joking about friends of the family subscribing for the content here. Yes, that is legitimately happening. I don't know what to do with this information.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys like outwardly saying like we used to go to school together.
Wow.
Or some of like dad's friends and stuff like that.
So because I find
Imagine you have like a barbecue and your dad invites his homies, and then the homies come in and like they're talking about like your daughter, bro. What the fuck? No. How did this information even reach his friends? What was a brother had no sister? For real. For real. Bro, this is horrible.
all of this incredibly unsettling and very bizarre, I thought we have to talk about this. This is perfect for our Hell Gondola. And I will say, of course, right out of the gate that there is so much to this topic. There's so many interviews and so much footage to go through. So I have really tried to narrow this down to the best/worst of it to really give you guys a picture of how
they're all bad. The degrees of bad just vary. That's the thing. My OnlyFans only works if you're a big and feature females, or you're gay, or you're a femboy. Pick your poison. Well, time to feminize yourself, Cricket. Sissy mode activated. It's worse because her dad's friends probably watched her grow up as well. Oh, that makes it so. That makes it actually worse. Yeah. Why did you tell me? I didn't think about that. Holy shit.
pathologically messed up all of this is. So if I miss something, don't yell at me. So children, before you once again board my Hell Gondola and together we float down this weird, bizarro river of what the hell, let's hear from today's sponsor, Opus Clip. I like things that make my life easier, like vacuums and washing machines. But I also like this ease when it comes to making and editing my videos, which, as you know, I'm still not very good at. But this is genuinely why I am so stoked about Opus Clip, which is unironically one of the coolest AI tools I have ever used. No cap, shorty. Opus Clip started off—
I'm unsubscribing. Sorry, Sydney. I'm unsubscribing. Where's that? No brain rot lingo.
as an AI clipping tool, and it still is. Using video links from YouTube or Rumble, or uploading a video manually, Opus Clip makes portrait-style short videos for social media, which is wildly useful because they're very good quality. You have a lot of flexibility to choose video length, where you want the video clipped, and so on. Here, I put my last video into Opus Clip, and it gave me a number of short clips for social media, complete with captions and the editing style that I chose. But I can actually go in and add things like B-roll. I can edit the clip. I can enhance the audio if there's any funny noise I want to get rid of. It even gives your clips a virality score.
That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. You probably have to pay a buttload of money though. I would assume, by the way, a male porn star got arrested for beating 39 neo-Nazis. It's actually kind of based. They can do good stuff once in their life, I guess. Fun fact. We have an actual Nazi VTuber. And no, this isn't an over-exaggeration. She straight up says she supports them, except the killing part. She does not care. It officially is real. Twitter finally got what they wanted. It's crazy. On that note, I have no idea how to properly spell that. Millennial. Yeah, it's almost.
But because Opus Clip has been rapidly expanding to meet creator needs, this program has become an all-in-one AI video editor. Now, with features like auto import, Opus Clip can automatically pull your newest videos and auto-edit them into social media ready clips. They even just added 15 new caption styles. So if you too want to use insanely cool AI software, then click the link in the description. Because when you use my link, you get 1 week of Opus Clip for free and then 50% off their pro plan. So get started today using my link in the description box. One of the things I noticed about many of the women I looked into for
I wonder how she even got that, because like I think many people, not many content creators watch her, but maybe a few that could use this. But interesting. That's an interesting that exists. Very, very interesting.
For this video is that their parents did in fact start off very disapproving and upset, but this quickly changed when they realized the earning potential here. And somewhere along this road, they almost got a
People fold so easily at money. It is actually crazy. People fold so easily, balds. It's crazy. It's crazy how easily people fold with money. It's terrible.
absorbed, so to speak, into their daughter's OF making in one way or another. And yes, we're talking about the dads here too. Nala Ray, who made OF content before her recent conversion to Christianity, was raised in a very religious home with a pastor father. But after her parents found out about her online activities, they were understandably very upset, and her mother eventually cut her off completely. Similarly,
Understandable mother. Understandable mother.
Camila Araujo, I've probably butchered that, guys. You know I can't pronounce names ever.
Well, she has ho in their name. I guess that's accurate.
A 23-year-old OF creator explained during a podcast episode that her very Catholic family and parents were extremely disapproving at first. They insisted that if she was going to make adult content, then she was on her own financially. When Bonnie Blue's family found out, they thought she was being blackmailed or was in financial trouble.
No, like my parents are like
So funny.
Catholic and very like religious, and I kind of told them, I was like, well, what if I did this? And like, I was like, what if I was making like 100K a month? They're like, you're never going to achieve that. And they were very upset about it, obviously, like, honestly, as a parent should be.
They thought I'd been forced into it to start with. They was like, if someone asked you to go into this, are you in trouble for money or something like that?
So what happened was, like, my parents kind of disowned me, and
I would too. I would too. I'll be honest, I would too. No amount of money is worth pimping out your child. I mean, at this point, it's like both. They are pimping out themselves, and the parents are doing it too.
and like I stopped talking to all my siblings.
This has to be a really weird conversation to have with your parents. Mom and Dad, I know you thought I would be a veterinarian, but honestly, I kind of want to put my toes on the internet. Someone has to give the men with the armpit fetishes what they want, Mom. And that someone is me. Please don't cry. Anyway, these initial reactions
I wonder if they're like, I'm a strong, independent woman. I'm gonna sell my coochie on the internet, whether you like it or not, Mom. That's crazy shit. That's just wild that is a thing. We are cooked, the society. We are cooked.
are more or less, I think, what the majority of us would expect from parents, especially those who are religious or who have any slight conservative-leaning values. I feel like for a lot of people, their daughter or their child making this sort of content and publishing it on the internet is like just a nightmare situation. Somewhat bizarrely, in each of these cases and in many others, things changed drastically when the women each started pulling in hundreds of thousands and eventually millions of dollars a month, completely changing their parents' position from one of derision to approval, with these parents repeatedly saying, if it makes her happy, or she's an adult, she can do what she wants.
all of these guys, and probably the girls. Wait, that's a family. What if this is like a huge incest cult? What if they were all inside her?
Would you not have preferred her to, you know, pursue something where she could use her brains more?
If that made her happy, yeah.
So you're all right with her doing anything so long as it just makes her happy?
Yeah, as long as she's happy.
And safe. Probably.
Happy and safe, and that's it. There's no good having a job where you earn loads of money or then you're miserable.
I'm not gonna lie, I am really close with my mom. She's one of my favorite people, but I would legitimately throw up in my mouth if she ever said anything like this, if I was behaving this stupidly. Like, what are you doing?
I can guarantee if I was a daughter instead, my mom and dad would literally, no joke, beat the ever-living shit out of me. They will grab my stuff and kick me out the same day. Like, I would actually face horrendous consequences from my parents. If I were a chick, that'd be crazy. I'd be end up as I'd be as blue as a Smurf out of this one. And she's an adult, she can do what she wants. Fail parents, no one cares. Yeah. Like this attitude, like, you know, it's my child. It can do what it wants. I will still love it. I'm like, bro, you're a parent. You need to care.
Doing?
How does it feel to know that you have a daughter that does an OF?
She's happy. I'm fine.
Ah, yes. A very Catholic dad suddenly super accepting of his child doing the oogly boogly on the internet.
Because they're all lukewarm. They're all lukewarm. They're not that. They are not. They're not Christian that way. They're just lukewarm.
Internet. A tale as old as time. Bunny Blue even had a laugh with fellow.
I preach the stuff, but I'm not doing or following the stuff.
Mattress actress Lottie Moss, swapping stories about how their mothers accepted what they were doing once they realized how much money was being made. Oh my god, this is so grim.
To be fair, like my mum said to me once as a kid, she was like, don't be the town bike, because she knew I was sleeping around. Like, but now me being a bike has paid for our bills. So she encourages it now.
She's in it.
Like, you go ahead.
I think that was what changed my mum's like perception of it as well. She was like, oh, like she was super
So you were just basically buying your own parents. Wow, congratulations. What loving parents you have. Wow.
Judgmental at first. She was like, you're and I was like, okay, no. And I wasn't even sleeping with people online either. I was literally just doing like, sort of like, you know, just naked stuff or whatever. And as soon as I started like making all that money, she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, it's okay.
So, okay, you're making a living out of it, it's fine.
Now, to my mind, maybe some of this acceptance is predicated on some of these women essentially buying their loved ones' approval. Like Araujo, for example, saying that she bought her father his dream car after he complained about her including family too often in her TikTok videos.
Dad recently has been giving me about using my brother for videos and like using my family for videos and stuff, and then I was like, oh my god, dude, shut up. So I bought him a car, his dream car, and literally
these people fold that money. It's crazy. As a parent, if your child becomes criminal, you fail, and then if it turned to the neighbor slut, it's your fault. Also true. I think this is just I'm just saying this is a lack. This is the reason for that. Is a lack of masculine role models. The lack of a father. That's what it is. Buying your parents' support. That's pretty much what it is. These three again sitting in the voice chat. Let them have it. Well, I'm cooked myself. You are not this cooked. You are not this. You're cooked, but not this cooked.
really hasn't said anything after that.
Or after being told by her younger brother Christian that she's a bad sister, listing off a series of things she bought him in an effort to justify why she isn't.
You might not understand how it makes me feel when you say I'm a bad sister, but like, I took you to Greece. I literally threw you a surprise party at the house. I took you on a yacht to watch the 4th of July fireworks. Like, bro, after all that, like, and more, how can you call me a piece of sister?
You think all that's gonna make you a better sister? All I care about, all you care about, sorry, is about the materialistic things. I just want my sister back. I want my sister back.
This clip actually makes me really sad because the
question is if it's actually just acted. That's the question. That is the question, if it's just acted. Which I do not know, but it's crazy. It's crazy that she thinks she can buy people. I mean, she obviously can. She obviously has, but regardless, it's just crazy to me. The lack of self-respect, the lack of experience, and consequences, probably. The result of just do whatever you want, I guess.
Brother is so clearly having such a hard time with this, and like I showed you at the beginning of this video, they have used him to promote her OF account, and there's actually other footage of the brother freaking out and saying that his sister has ruined his life, that children consistently come up to him at school and make comments about all of this, and I have so much empathy for this kid. Yeah, I just find this really distressing. I know this video is not about and is not focusing on other family members, but I really think that it's important to add this kid in here just because, I don't know, this whole thing is really grim. And like I said, it makes me really sad. Anyway, Bonnie Blue's situation, of course, is similar, with her mother expressing happiness towards the holiday.
Yeah, the bullying probably goes crazy. I wonder if he's even going to public school. He might actually not even go to a public school. Because, yeah, the bullying would go crazy. The entire time, constantly getting sent stuff of your sister. It's just crazy. Because remember, just because... Like, go on her OF, find out, he said earlier, right? You don't have to. There's leaks everywhere. There's leaks everywhere. Even if you DMCA strike the stuff, you're still gonna get access to that. Trust me. You will find it.
Days and gifts that the family has received as a result of all of this money. But maybe it's about more than pacifying people with stuff. I would venture a guess to say that the vast majority of these women probably have quite messed up family dynamics, despite the fact that in many interviews and...
Do not imply what you are implying, Sydney. Please don't. Please don't. Nah, ugh. Imagine somebody's gooning to their own daughter.
podcast episodes and what have you, they love to say that they come from very nice, normal upbringings. Now, obviously, like I said, there is a lot to this topic, but I think that one of the things I find the most shocking is the reaction from the fathers here. Nala Ray's father eventually made peace with her making OF content, but this only seems to be after she started paying his way and giving him money for other members of the family. She funded him to the extent that when she told him that she was ready to leave the platform and pursue her Christianity, he encouraged her to continue on for another 18 months to make even more money. Oh my god.
My dad, however, was...
Yeah, homie is not a pastor. I think homie should lose that. I'm gonna be honest. Straight up, Sweet Home Alabama. That could legit be. I wonder how many that is the case. I wonder. I truly do.
It's a very different story. My dad encouraged me to stay on.
Time out.
Ex-pastor.
Hold on.
Yo.
Wait a minute. Rewind the tape.
But like for me, I was paying him. I was giving him money like every month. Because like, you know, he's got such a hard life, or he's like wants to quit his job, or like his other kids need a divorce lawyer.
It's tough.
Sure.
I'm sorry. That's
there you
tough.
go.
That's
it's
tough.
so tough now. And during it, I was just like, oh, at least one person in my family is speaking to me.
Yeah.
But like now, I'm like, when I finally decided to follow Christ, I called my dad. My husband was right next to me. And I was like, hey, Dad, I'm getting off of it's like blah, blah, blah. I was so excited. He was like, well, why don't you just stay on another year and a half and like make more money and, you know, like settle yourself in? Because, you know, it's really expensive right now. And I'm like, did you really just tell me to stay on? Like, did you really just say that to your daughter? Did you really just tell me to continue making?
Camila Araujo's dad, who appears alongside her in a lot of videos, is featured in clips captioned DILF Dad and Bop Daughter. Bop, just by the way, is Gen Z online slang, I think, for a promiscuous woman, maybe? I'm not sure, I googled it, but the Google wasn't terribly helpful. In one video, her...
That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think I'm being hated. Why? You entered the Discord, and they hated you. Interesting.
Dad is also seen holding a sign promoting the Bop House, a content house where a bunch of early 20-somethings live and make adult videos together. Yeah, we live in a grim period of time, guys. I don't know what you want from me. I found this video particularly bizarre, where Araujo's father essentially asks her how many men—
I need an airstrike. I need an airstrike immediately. I need an orbital cannon. Just like, shoo, poof. I just need one. What the fuck are we doing?
can go with. I would die if my dad ever said this to me.
Dad, do you think I'm a bop?
How many bars do you have?
Yes, yes you are. Yes, yes you are. Yes, you actually are. Absolutely are. Bop will always mean good song, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. It has been redefined. Now it's a whore.
How do you even know what that phrase means? All right, that's enough. That was the end of the interview.
Anyway, these are just a handful of clips. There are obviously a ton more where she continues to use her dad to signal how cool and normal and accepting he is.
All right, Camilla's dad, how do you feel about your daughter starting an OnlyFans?
It's real life. I don't really care.
Never seen any videos?
Nah.
Jack Doherty, the man that dated an OnlyFans chick as well, who broke up with him and ran with his money. Interesting. A classic that I would find this man here.
I don't.
Any pink pics?
Nah, don't care about it. Hey, like my new tattoo?
Yeah, your new tattoo, yeah.
Nice, right?
Yeah, it is. Pretty nice, pretty hard, actually.
He gives no
Yeah, he does.
Ew.
It's probably scripted, but I do love how at the end of this clip, this kid is like, yeah, bro, no one believes you. Because it's as clear as day to anyone with eyeballs that this is weird. And this seems to be a bit of a theme here. Dads are often used as a way of signaling how normal this is, because if a dad is fine with it, the person who is presumably going to be the most angry, then I don't know, maybe it makes these women seem much more relatable. Maybe the behavior overall seems a lot less
weak feminine men. Weak feminine fathers. That's what they are. Nothing more. The vast majority of dads would probably lose it at first. Until they see the money.
risky and more socially fine. Ugh. And unsurprising to absolutely none of you, Bonnie Blue takes this to the absolute extreme. In a series of interviews, she proudly explains how accepting her stepfather is. Earlier this year on Howie Mandel's show, Blue—
that stepfather is definitely beating it to her. Most certainly. Absolutely. Guaranteed. Definitely. I want that wallpaper. Yeah, that's a cute one.
explained how her OF content is a family business, how her family is on her payroll, and explains that her stepdad has a QR code of her OF on the back of his phone.
Do you have siblings?
It's so gross. That is so gross. If my daughter become a whore and no money in the world would convince me it's okay. For real. No money. Ever. At all. Ever get the chance. Nothing. You can't not bribe me. I'm unbribable.
I've got a sister.
Yeah, is she in the business?
No, she's not. She works for me, but she's not in the business.
The family is aware?
Oh, it's a family business.
Oh, it is.
My mom, my dad, my sister, everyone.
What do you mean? Your mom, your dad? This is a family business?
Yeah. But it's like, I earn millions, so why would they go to work? Like, they can do things for me.
You support your family as well.
Yeah. Like, they're not obviously feeding the cocks inside of me.
No.
But like, if I need things around the house or if I need a bit of admin doing, then they'll help me out.
Your father's okay with this?
Yeah, he's more than proud. His back of his phone case is like a QR code to my own.
In another interview from late 2024 with Liam Tufts, Blue says her stepdad is fascinated by what she does. But the two interviews that I personally found the most alarming are from mid to late 2024, where Blue explains that her stepdad hands out flyers to attract men for her to do the higgledy-piggledy with during these events and whatnot. And more disturbingly, she shares a story about covering her stepdad's arm with a bunch of stamps, basically saying, I did adult things with Bonnie Blue, before he went to the pub that night. Ugh.
Honestly, he loves it. Like, obviously he doesn't sit watching the videos, but like all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at.
Bro, he definitely watches. He definitely watches. He definitely watches. I'm not gonna lie. Well, I guess the step family videos aren't that far off anymore. Oh, proud. Yeah, proud apparently. Because he can watch it. Seen the Bonnie leaks. No. Why do you look at that? No reason to beat it, to be honest.
And he's just proud seeing how happy I am, how much I've been able to support the family. And it's like, it's really changed my life and my family's life.
Got these stamps and it says like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
Well, he's not blood related, so I guess it is legal. Don't.
Silence! Silence! Sydney, silence! No! No, 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 no! This is not the hub!
Even finish that sentence.
Like, I mean, all his mates at the pub love it. So, yeah, I mean, it's probably made him a bit more popular.
She also explained how her stepdad collects news articles about her exploits, and one night when she was trying to determine how to caption a video on Instagram, her stepdad suggested one that referred to her getting rammed as a joke about a sports team that he liked. I hate it here.
Yeah, like my dad is so proud. Obviously, he doesn't watch any of the videos, but any news articles, he still has a look, like gets them all printed out. Anything I could do, like my photo shoots that aren't naked, they've got.
It's straight up out in the open. It straight up is. I got freaky with my stepdad. That is crazy.
Them all around the house, and I was like, oh, I need to put something on Instagram. And my dad was like, I said, but I want to do something about football. And my dad said, oh, caption it, you've just been rammed. Because like the Derby County also class himself as Rams.
If I'm being honest here, the mums are not much better. I've already showed you a couple videos of Bonnie Blue's mother, but honestly, it gets much, much worse than that. I don't know why I'm smiling. It's very sad. In the interview I already showed you, Blue's mum happily talks about cleaning up after her daughter's...
What are these families? What is this? This is so gross. Actually, that's equally worse because she says horse shit about her being with all these men. True, true. How?
Multi-person experience times. If you know what I mean, which is just very upsetting. I don't know. I don't really know what to do with that. The mother also apparently does social media management for Bonnie Blue, so okay. I need you guys to understand what this means, that the mum is probably helping her select and post clips of her being creepy. I really...
Bro, this is... We should already classify this as incest. I'm gonna be right honest. I don't care. Because I was watching clips of people talk about her. Okay, that makes sense then. Ugh. You just be like scrolling and then just like, okay, naked Bonnie Blue.
I really feel like I need a shower. Lily Phillips, another quite notorious
I need to go for a walk again.
mattress actress from the UK, has explained that her mother also does her finances and bookkeeping and helps her with her investment portfolio.
Like, she's like gone on like my feed and stuff like that, and then she's seen like, she follows me on Instagram, she follows me on TikTok, she's seen my Twitter.
I see the pattern. Horse raising horse. I am in fact seeing a pattern here. Horse have raised horse. Huh. I see the pattern. My pattern recognition goes off the charts right now.
And so they know what I do. Dad, not so much. But I don't really think he needs to see it. But yeah, no, they're still so proud. I have such a supportive like family and friends, and what they think about me is so much more important than what strangers think about me.
So your mum thinks you're successful?
Yeah, they're very proud of me. And you know what? They are very supportive, so yeah.
Philip's situation, I think, is actually quite interesting because although she claims that her parents are extremely supportive along with the rest of these women, during an interview with Candace Owen, she slipped up and admitted more or less that they're not supportive per se, but they just find it easier to back her in an effort to not rip their family apart.
To be honest, my parents, they don't necessarily, they're not coaching me into it. They're not telling me, please keep having these people at all. They're not, you know, they're not really exactly, I wouldn't really say like supportive, but at the end of the day, they love me and
they tolerate it. Which is much worse. You know why? Because I don't like cowards who don't say what they actually think.
What is it going to do if they disown me, stop talking to me? That would
Like, they know it's wrong, but they don't say anything.
only cause more heartache. So they see it from a standpoint of, you know, my mum does like my finances because she wants to help me. You know, they just want to do what they can to help. It's not so much like if they disown me tomorrow, like
They should have started way earlier. They should have started way earlier. They should have started raising her a different way. That was a good start. Now it's a little late. They'll enable her behavior, basically, yeah.
I think that would just make everyone more upset.
And maybe that's really the undercurrent for all of these parents. Maybe everyone is going along to get along because it's much easier to do that than start poking holes in your family unit. Or maybe it's because money talks very, very loudly. It's
money talks very loudly. I don't know. It's just these people are being bought. These parents are being bought. They're buying their loved ones. Wow, congratulations. What a good family you have.
Screams even. And I have to wonder, if there was no money involved, how many of these parents would be so accepting and supportive and trying to normalize all of this if there was nothing that they could gain from it. And I think this is one of the factors that actually grosses me out the most. For these parents who should be working to guide and protect their children, this isn't about acceptance, it's about dependence. And turning their daughters into the breadwinners by playing hide the sausage creates a kind of awful situation where there is an expectation that they must.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. My mom literally said, no matter how old, like we get, we'll always be her children. And she'll always feel responsible for what we're doing, regardless or not doing. We're watching this video for 50 minutes. Well, I'm a professional yapper. I have a lot to say. Guess you're just jealous of my yapping abilities since I have beaten you. Well, I've technically not beaten you. You've talked yourself into the friend zone.
Keep producing content, turning adult activities into a familial obligation, which is just, it's really grim. And I think it's because of this obligation that each woman that I looked at, Lily Phillips, Bonnie Blue, Camilla, whose last name I haven't written out phonetically so I can't pronounce, Sophie Rain, and so on, have all integrated their loved ones into their content and or businesses to some extent. Some of these women have even gone the extra mile, expressing that it is their obligation to lift their parents and their families out of poverty, or at least pay for their family's lifestyle, which is, God, it's just, no, small child, that's actually not your responsibility at all. Like I said, there is so much to this topic and so many things to say and point out, but for the sake of time and brevity, I'll just leave you with some final thoughts. This whole type of thing is
thoughts, not thoughts. Why, it was a compliment. You're mean. Always. Just for you.
Actually not remotely a new phenomenon. For as long as there has been the internet and kid influencers and young people on the internet, parents have been profiting off of their children and the money that they make. So while it's
pimping out their own children, a classic, even in non-adult things, right? Remember Ryan's World? Where they're literally preparing his siblings to take over because he's getting too old? That kind of stuff.
Not terrific, it's not terribly shocking. But I think more importantly, these women talking about their parents' acceptance like this, putting their family in videos and content, actually goes the extra mile in normalizing this for other women and girls. It turns something that has long been taboo into something that mom and dad will get on board with as long as you're happy and can make enough money. They'll appear in your cute TikToks, they'll make jokes about what you do, and whatever concern they had initially will dissipate once they start getting something out of the situation. I'm disgusted by the fact that
farming your own child, using your own child for money, it's crazy. It is just crazy that people do this with no remorse.
In my opinion, these parents are effectively enabling the exploitation of their daughters so they can have fun on cruises or whatever. They are putting their daughters at risk. They are signing off on their daughters being at risk for mountains of stuff. And I am sorry to say this, but this is not good or normal. And frankly, and as much as I try not to judge how people want to go about living their lives, this really is an indication of societal degradation. I have long...
I will judge. I will judge. I will most certainly judge. If you live like this, I will judge. Straight up. I said it a couple of times. If you live like this, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You are gross as hell. I'm gonna be straight up honest. You make corn... Just stay away.
Been of the belief that the normalization of adult work, either out in the real world or online, is not a good thing for women. I don't view this as the ultimate business strategy. I don't view this as empowering. And I think that on a long enough timeline, this is actually catastrophic for women. So in the end, I think when...
This is catastrophic for women because essentially the bigger this gets, the more women will just be objects. And that's what it is, right? Somehow, pre the 2000s, we had this movement trying to push against the objectification of women, and now we have the exact opposite. Where we're like doing this, where we're like pushing women to sexualize themselves more revealing, more degenerate, more extreme stuff. It doesn't even matter. It's not even just like right? YouTube, generally just social media, movies, everything, right? What happened? We drifted off completely wrong. We are lost in the sauce. Shameful. You shouldn't be okay with your kid doing this. I get that it'll break the family, but they are already that already happened when these kids did that. They're just holding the broken pieces together. True, very true. Yas, queen, slay, sparkle. Hell nah. There will be no sparkling. The only thing that may sparkle is my hand flying towards whoever's running this. I think bro is obsessed with Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue was maybe like 5 minutes, actually. It was mostly other women and parents, so that's not even accurate. Nah, I just need to know. Sway, you just don't get it. I need to know what is going on in whole land, in what's going on with the whole mind, in like the whole hive. You just don't get it.
One of the realities here is that there isn't really a neat little bow that we can tie around this issue, because the women here are young, but they're adults, and their parents really don't have ultimate control over their actions. But with that said, I do wish that they would be a little less complicit in promoting this kind of lifestyle, and more importantly, normalizing this sort of behavior. Now on that note, and before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder to check out Opus Clip using the link in the description. I genuinely think that this AI is incredibly cool, and if you are somebody who needs this sort of thing, absolutely check it out. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Are you on my side of this issue where you think that this is not a great thing, and it's lovely that parents love their children, but maybe this is going too far with their support? Are you on the other side of this where you think that actually no, this is a good thing and parents should behave this way unilaterally? Do you think this is overall contributing to the degradation of society? Do you think that parents supporting their children openly like this is going to encourage other women and girls to make OF accounts and go down this path, hoping their parents will also be supportive? And what do you generally make of all of the components of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already and you would like to see more of me and more of this kind of content,
very true, very true. You should subscribe to her. And me, because I react to it when that gross stuff happens. So yeah, you should do that. I agree.
And feel free to subscribe to the channel, as well as leaving this video a like and a comment, because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. Of course, I hope you wonderful little chicken babies stay safe and well and make good choices, because that is important. And I will see your wonderful little faces
That's pretty much the end of the video. So here's my full-on take. Bring back shame. Shame women who do it and men who consume it. Also men who do it. Both. Women and men who do it, women and men who consume it. Straight up. Make it like, I don't want to say it, but maybe we should specifically bully people who consume and make corn. just an idea. Like, oh, you watch corn? Disgusting loser. That kind of thing. Me think girls lost the plot. Girls lost the plot and men lost the plot too, because men are watching it too. It's the men that pay for it. We need to definitely bring back shame. Just shame them beyond belief. More and more. Because that's the only thing you can do. Raise your children correctly. It's just terrible. It just is. It just is. We need to do something. I don't know what would help. What could help? Maybe stronger regulations around making that stuff and consuming it could help. You know, to deter a few at least. But still crazy. Don't know what to do with that.